Hey everybody, welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is Wednesday, so you know what time it is. It is time for our recap on Tyler Perry's Sisters, Season 1, Episode 4, New Stories. So let's just jump into it. So it started off where we left off last week with Andi, she in the office, but we see the boss, he calling her into the office. He basically trying to ask her what happened. He like, what's going on with her? Like, what happened, whatever like that. So Andi tell her, like, she don't want to go forward with the divorce anymore. And he was like, well, why? So he just started questioning her over and over again. Like, did you have something to do with it? Did you change her mind? Like, what's going on? She was like, no, I ain't persuade her. I ain't say nothing or whatever like that. And he was like, well, why didn't you? Like, read the door. We divorce attorneys. Like, why you ain't, like, push her to this divorce so we can get this money? Because he about the bottom dollar. He like, we divorce attorneys, girl. We ain't in the business of saving no marriages. And she was like, well, damn, I knew we was divorce attorneys, but I ain't think we was going to push people to get divorced if they don't really want to get no divorce. And he was like, look, I'm about that dollar. So you just need to go on home, get yourself together. And she was like, what? Are you firing me? And I'm like, girl, why you keep asking this man, is he firing you? Did the man say you fired? He said, take your ass home. And so then he called her out and was like, we already know you was crying in the bathroom. Look at you. And he basically know that she's sleeping with that woman husband or whatever like that, but he ain't say it, but he knows. So he pretty much like, look, you need to go on home. You got this conflict of interest. You up here pushing this woman back to be with this man, and you sleeping with him. Like, come on, girl, get your life right. So he basically sent her home. She went and got her stuff, and she went home or whatever. She was crying. So then we see Karen at work or whatever. She really wasn't working. She was, girl, she just kept combing the girl head. What is you doing? Stop. Anyway, so she at work. She get a call from Aaron. Aaron is inviting her to dinner. Aaron, the ice cream man or whatever like that. He inviting her to dinner. And at first she was like, no, I don't really know and stuff. He was like, come on, Karen, come on. I just want to take you out to this restaurant. It'll be fun, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, oh, yeah, well, I did want to go to that restaurant. So, yeah, I'll go. I'm like, girl, get your free meal. At least you get free meal. And the worst that can come out of it is bad conversation. You don't see each other again. But it's a free meal. Get your free meal. So she said, yeah. He said he wanted to pick her up or whatever like that. She was like, no, I'll just meet you there. And I was like, oh, now you want to be cautious, even though you just had ice cream with this man in your car and you ain't know him but for like 2 hot seconds, but you invited him inside your car to eat ice cream. But now you want to be cautious and you don't want him to know where you live. Oh, okay. Anyway, we see Danni. She in training. She training somebody. Zach. She sees Zach across the little aisle or whatever. He in his tram. So he stopped the tram and was talking to this other, not flight attendant, customer service. We're going to call it customer service. TSA. That's what we're going to call it. So she talks to this, she see him talking to this other TSA worker or whatever like that. The girl slipped him something. So of course, nosy ass Danni, she go over there, she questioning the girl. At first she insulting the girl, talking about, why are you so cheery and stuff? What you on? You on something? Like, the girl can't be happy. And the girl was just like, I'm blessed. That's why I'm like this. Like, I'm just so blessed. So like, she one of the morning people. But anyway, I'm like, she can't be happy. Let that girl be happy. She a morning person. Let her do her, okay? You all the way over there. You minding her business. You came over there insulting her, minding her business. Girl, stop. But anyway, she keep asking the girl, what you give him? And she like, no, I don't need to tell you that. Nothing like that. So then Danni busts out with, well, I just wanted to let you know because I wanted to protect you, girl, because he gave me herpes. And if you fucking him, then you need to... That's what you say? Like, so the girl was like, well, I don't need to worry about that because I'm not sleeping with him or whatever. And she was like, oh, okay. And so she was like, so then the girl, the little cheery girl, she was like, because he knows my uncle, because my uncle's a pastor and he's been staying down there at the shelter with my uncle. So I just give him some food and stuff like that. And so Danni was like, he in the shelter. So that's all she was stuck on, was he was in the shelter or whatever like that. And she was like, yeah, he in the shelter. So then the girl... I tried to play Danni and was like, well, I really think she was trying to pray for her at first, but then she had like this so sarcastic thing, like, because I'm going to pray for you. Like, yeah, I don't need that kind of prayer because you going to put some kind of extra stuff on there because no, because you ain't really feeling my vibe, and that's okay. So Danny had like really chucked up the deuces and went on her way back to work, where she should have kept her ass across the hall. Anyway, we see Bri finally. She at work with Maurice, and Maurice is talking to her, but she kind of paying him dust. Like, she ain't really paying him no attention. And so he was like, well, why you ignoring me? Is it because I went on a date with a dude or whatever? And she was like, no, I don't even care about that. Like, trying to act like she didn't really care, but she really did care. So he finally tell us, he was like, well, if you don't care, ask me how the date went. So at first she couldn't really ask him. And then he was like, well, ask me. So then she finally did ask him like that. And then, you know how Maurice gotta do. He gotta be all extra and shit. Talking about, well, I was there and I was just looking so debonair, and extravaganza was this, it was. So he gotta be all extra, like the dude was into him and stuff like that. And then she was just like ignoring him, because she was just like straight face, like she was, trying to act like she didn't hear him and stuff like that. So then he was like, is you listening to me? And she was like, yeah, I'm listening. He was like, well, look at me. So then she turned and looked at him, and then he want to keep on going with the whole, yeah, because I was smelling good, he was smelling good, and then he was looking in my eyes, and I was just like, if he don't come on. So then he finally says, like, and the whole time, all he wanted to do is talk about you and at the dinner. And she was like, wait, what? And he was like, yeah, the whole coffee and convo was about you. And so she was like, who? Me? And he was like, yes, you, bitch, like you, whatever. And so she was like, well, why he was so comfortable being around homosexual men? And I was just like, pause. Like, just because a straight people can be friends with gay people, like, ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, why? I don't even understand why. Where was she? What kind of thought process possessed her to even think that? Like, so what, he comfortable with gay people, gay men, gay whatever. Like, who cares? That means he's confident in his masculinity. Like, who cares? Like, people can be friends with whoever. Like, just because the straight man friends with the gay man don't mean he gonna convert him and be gay. Like, that's so stupid. Like, people need to get their head out their ass on that shit. But anyway, so he called her out and was like, that was real homophobic. And she was like, well, I blame you for saying that he couldn't be straight and all that stuff. Not straight, gay. No, yeah. He couldn't be straight if he was looking at you and all this stuff. And he was like, well, you're right. We both was wrong or whatever like that. So he finally tell her, like, you should just talk to him, basically. And he was like, he a good man, and if you mess this up, this gonna be on you. I suggest you call him. And she was like, what? Call him? He was like, yeah, call him now. Call him. And she was like, well, I'll text him. So he was like, well, you need to do something, because that's a good man, Savannah. Like, you need to call him or whatever like that. So she finally, I guess she called him or whatever. We didn't see it. Anyway, we see Andi and Karen. Andi go down there to Karen's job. Karen finally done with this girl who already had her hair done. Whatever. So the girl leave. Andi start about to cry and stuff like that. And so Karen took her to the back. They start talking. Andi start breaking down what happened with, what's that dude name? The cheater. All of them cheating. What? Gary. She take her to the back, and she can't Andi started breaking down what happened with Gary, how he came over, proposed and stuff. And Karen was like, what? But he married? Like, I don't understand. I'm so confused. So she was like, girl, I was just so mad. I sent them back into her arms and stuff. And I was like, pause. He is married to her. So you sent him back into the arms of his wife? What? Like, what? Huh? Wasn't that where he was supposed to be at? Girl, if you don't get off my TV with this foolery. So she started screaming and all this other nonsense, and she threatening to go to his job. What you gonna do? What that's gonna do? That's gonna have you out here looking like a whole fool. Girl, stop. So Karen basically calm Andi down and stuff like that, gave her some weed, they smoking and stuff. And Karen was like, girl, you need to block him. Like, pull out your phone, block him. And she was like, block him? No, I don't want to block him. I don't want to block. Girl, then you ain't that mad then. If you mad, then Oh God, why we do this? So you mad like that this man married, he won't leave his wife. He trying to propose to you, but he already married. Then you give him an ultimatum. He don't even do the ultimatum, and like he's cheating. I can't say he's cheating on you because you the mistress, but like you know what I'm saying, y'all. So anyway, she didn't want to block him, but then Karen finally convinced her. So she was like, well, what you, so Karen was like, what you doing, girl? Because Andi was going to delete the contact. So she was like, what you doing? She was like, well, it ain't real if you don't delete the contact. So she was like, well, did you delete Zach? She was like, no, I ain't delete Zach. She was like, well, make it real and delete Zach. So she go to delete Zach or whatever like that. And so they both delete the contact. But I'm thinking, if y'all got text messages, well, I don't know about the iPhone, because I know on Samsung, if you delete the contact, you still got the text messages in there. It just show the phone number. So, like, you still know, because you can go back through them text messages. You can still add the contact. So, you got to delete it all. Delete the messages, delete the Instagram, delete the Facebook. Delete it all to make it real. But anyway, just not the contact. That don't count, because you can always go back to the text messages and be like, oh. And then put their name in there or some other little whack shit. Do not call. Come on now. You gonna call and they gonna call you. You gonna pick up. Come on now. Been there, done that. Anyway. Y'all ain't want to hear all that. But it's true. So, like, make it believable. Like, delete everything. Like, come on now. And blocking them, what's that gonna do? All they do is they can't call you, but you can still see their stuff in there. So, whatever. That was foolery. What we see next? Because they was still smoking. They deleted the shit, but it was still on the phone, so it didn't even really matter. Danni, she at the counter with somebody again. She, I guess the old lady was complaining about something, because Danni was like, well, I give you meal vouchers, I give you this voucher and stuff like that. Zach rolled up on her. The old lady had already left. Zach rolled up on her and was like, why you telling people I gave you herpes? I don't even have no STD. What is you talking about? She was like, I'm clean too, but I just wondered, because I was just saying. And he was like, look, because you trying to stop people from sleeping with me. Like, me and Karen is done. Like, we is done. Like, DONE, done. Like, we is done. So she was like, y'all not done. I know y'all not done. He was like, bitch, she told me to leave, so I leaved. And she like, left. It's left, dummy. And he was like, right. And she was like, no, left. He was like, I'm saying right to the left. So anyway, so she finally tell him that she know he homeless or whatever like that. So she invites him to move in with her. And he was like, no, I can't do that. And he said that if it's a man over the house and he got a hard ding-a-long, she going in and slob on the knobbing because it's hard. He was like, no, you can't be doing that. She was like, well, that's my duty. If it's up, I'm going to put it down. I said, no. Unless it's your man, then okay. But if it's just somebody staying the night, you can't do that. That's called rape. Like, no. You can't do that. No. So she like, well, I'm just saying. So then he acting like he don't want to take her hand out for the shelter. And she like, you staying in a shelter, my dude. Why you pushing away, talking about you don't want to take my hand out? You staying in the shelter. So he keep turning her down. And he walk away. Next we see Bri and Danni. Danni, they in the grocery store, whatever like that. Danni then told her that Zach is homeless and stuff like that. And she was like, girl, what? And she was like, yeah. She was like, and Karen think that he is sleeping with somebody else or whatever like that, but he don't got no place to stay and stuff. And so Bri was like, girl, you just need to leave that alone. And she was like, I can't leave that alone because they in love. I know they love each other and stuff like that. And so she was like, girl, you just need to leave it alone. So Danni finally break down and tell her, well, I invited him to move in with me. And she was like, what? And so, like, the whole time, this child, Danni putting stuff in Bri's shopping cart. Bri like, girl, why you got all this food in my shopping cart? And she was like, because I ain't got no money. Like, she was like, well, why you so broke? And she was like, well, we. How much is weed? How much you getting paid at the airport? Because I thought the airport paid some money. What is going on? I don't like it. So anyway, Danny, oh, extra self. She see this dude I guess she slept with. I guess this was the guy they was talking about in episode 1. But she was like Instagram stalking him. So she see him in a supermarket. She like, Jerome. And he was like, hey. And so she was like, what you doing? He was like, we not together or whatever like that. And she was like, well, you wasn't saying that we was getting the booty calls or some foolery, she said. And he was like, yeah, that was like months ago or some shit. And so his new girlfriend, she's standing there the whole time. She don't say nothing. Then Danny sees her or something like that. And then the girl asked like, who was she or something. And she was like, oh, I already know who you are. And Danny was like, what? I already know who you are. Oh, you that Tuscaloosa bitch or husky or some shit. She was just, it was stupid. And then it wasn't even like believable. Cause like, come on now. Like the girl going in on you. I mean, yeah, you can have self-control and walk away and stuff like that. But the girl was just like smile. It was just weird. I don't know. And then Danny snapped off like just Danny fashion. And then she goes chasing a man in a grocery store. I was like, come on now, stop. We could have did without this scene. Anyway, we see Karen and Aaron. Karen got there early. She done down some martini and stuff like that. He thinking she nervous and stuff. And she was just like, no, it was just like a long day or whatever. So he offered to rub her feet. She like, no, I ain't into that and stuff like that. So then, she finally let him rub her feet or whatever like that. This girl, I don't know what kind of massage she was giving because it must have been good because she was about to nut all day at the table. I said, oh, God, girl, you need a room? Because she was like, oh, shit. Like, wait a minute. Like, so he said he was stationed in the not stationed in the Marine Corps. He was in the Marine Corps. He was stationed in Thailand. That's why he learned how to do all that at. And it looked like the dinner going good. They having good conversation and stuff like that. And she loosening up and she chatting with him. And I'll just get them over with. Let me see. Yeah, I'll just get them over with. And so they talking and stuff like that. He says he looking for an attorney. And if she know any, she says she do know an attorney and stuff like that. And so she's going to refer him to Andi and stuff. And she asked him, like, how many times did his wife cheat on him and stuff. And he was like, just once. And she was like, just one time. And he was like, yeah, but she knew that was, like, the deal breaker. So, like, she got to go. And she was like, well, y'all was married for how long? He was like, 15 years. And he was like, look, I'm an honest person. You just can't cheat on me. And I agree with him. Like, if you committed to me or whatever like that, and if you don't want to be in a relationship no more or nothing like that, don't go out here seeing somebody else, talking to somebody else, fucking somebody else, doing all this extra shit with other people. Like, let me know. Like, tell me what you was really real. Like, let me know was real or whatever. So he was like, she gotta go because she knew that was a deal breaker and stuff like that. And so she was like, wow, you, she said something. And he was like, yeah, but I got to do what's best for me. And she got to do what's best for her. And he was like, you need to do what's best for you or whatever like that. You need to get out of those situations. Because she was telling him all about all her bad exes, the drug dealer, the cheaters, and all this other stuff. And so then, he was basically like, you need to just do what's best for you or whatever like that. Because he confident in what he doing and stuff. So anyway, the waiter, he called a waiter over like that. And you can see on his face, he patting his pockets. Like, come on now. You had on them tight ass pants. You ain't realize you ain't had your wallet in them. Come on. But anyway, he ain't have his wallet. And she like, oh, she looking like, really? And so she was like, well, I'll pay for it. He was like, no, you was not paying for it because what you're not finna do is be like, I paid for the date because you forgot your wallet and all this other nonsense because I'm sure somebody had stiffed you for a check before. And so she was like, no, it's all right. I got it. And he was like, no, I'll just call my wife and ask her to bring my wallet in because we live right around the corner. Ain't no big deal. And she was like, your wife? You going to ask her to bring? I thought y'all would. He was like, no, she asked him, was he comfortable? And he was like, well, I don't hate her or nothing like that. But, I need my wallet. It's at the house. I'm going to call her and bring my wallet. And she was like, all right, well, I'll go. He was like, no, you ain't got to go. You ain't got to do nothing. And I was just like, I don't like this situation, Karen. I don't like it. I done seen this before, girl. I don't like it. I don't like it. So, the wife, she does bring the wallet at the end. Excuse me, y'all. She does bring the wallet at the end. And while he's over there in the corner talking to the wife, What was he doing? Oh, while he over there talking to the wife to get the wallet, Karen over there on the phone. So she on the phone talking to Andi. And I was like, why would she call Andi for like a quick 2 minutes? She didn't even say, I guess she was checking on her to see how she was doing. But you could have did that while you was in the car, girl, because y'all was on the phone for like 2 hot seconds. So I didn't really get that part. But anyway, that was pretty much it for them. We see Bri. She at home. She dressed in this nice little red wrap dress or whatever like that. She opened up the door. Calvin, of course, he like, oh damn, like he all in all and stuff like that. He brought her favorite wine. Maurice then dropped all the information for him to get to know her and stuff like that. So she ended up apologizing for judging him, and he was like, it's all right. And so then she said she loves how open-minded he is, and she asked him about how it was, growing up with 2 dads, and so he tells her and stuff like that. And then she go over there to this little ass pot talking about she cooking what she say? She cooking Italian. Okay. Like it was like this little pot that you gonna cook a little can of vegetables in or something. Okay. Anyway, so she go get some sauce from this little ass pot. Have him taste the sauce. He said it was good. Then he was about to go in for a kiss. I guess she realized it and then like hit him by accident with the spoon. So she jacked that kiss all up. And he go over there to get some cause he like, all right, I'll go over here in the living room when you finish cooking. Cause she said dinner was gonna be done in like 20 minutes. So he go over there, see the albums. He start putting on some music. He dancing and stuff and whatever. And she just eyeballing him like, or whatever. And I was just like, if they don't just go ahead and get it in, like stop playing. But that was it for them two. What else happened? I said that. Okay, then we see Danni. She in her house, she getting high or like that. Somebody knock on the door. Of course, it's Zach. She tell him the door open. He come in. He like, look, I got a couple questions. I got a couple rules for you or whatever like that. And she was like, you got rules up in my house? He was like, look, I will walk out this door. You need this rent money, okay? I'm going to pay half this rent. I got some rules. And she was like, all right. So he pulled out the money and whatever. And she was like, all right, okay, whatever. And so she like, he's like, look, if I'm paying half the rent up in here, you can't come into the bathroom while I'm in the bathroom. Like, you just can't do it. She was like, I don't know about, why would I do that? Because you Danni. So he was just like, look, you can't do that. She was like, all right. And he was like, if you got some dude up in here, let me know in ample amount of time so I won't be there or whatever. And so she was like, okay. And then he was like, and if I got a girl, she was like, no. He was like, look, if I got a girl, you got to promise not to tell your friends. And she was like, I don't know. So then he really pulled out the money. She was like, okay. Okay. I was just like, oh, she too much. But anyway, she's talking about she hungry. And she made him go in the kitchen and cook and all this other nonsense. At first he was like, no. But then she was like, come on, cook. And so then he was just like, all right, but you got the dishes or whatever. So I was just like, I don't know how this going to pan out. Because first of all, she didn't even tell Karen. That's supposed to be your friend. You got her ex-man living up in the house with you. And you a flirt, a freak, and have no boundaries. So I don't even understand how's that gonna work. How's that gonna work, Danni? How that gonna work? And then, that's what it was. While they was in the market, when Danni told Bri about him moving in, why Bri say, girl, because he is too fine. So she'd be sleeping with people, boyfriends or something. That's what that made me believe. Because I was like, why would that be the statement she made out her mouth? Like, why him being fine? What that got to do with him moving into the girl? So I said, I don't like that situation already. Anyway, we see, the last scene we see was Andi. She going home because she came from the gym or whatever like that. She going home. Gary sitting on the motherfucking couch, y'all. He's talking about he left his wife and he moving out, child. And then they cut off. So next week, look interesting. We see the wife, she all in the attorney office or something like that. So I'm assuming he was telling the truth, finally. And then, what else we had saw or seen? My bad, y'all. That sounded real ghetto and hood. Forgive me, judge your mama. We saw something else with, Aaron. What's it with Aaron? Yeah, with Aaron. And then, what's that child name? Danni and Zach. What was he doing on her bed and acting? I hope they was joking, because that ain't look right at all. The acting is horrible once again for this show, but the storyline just keeps me coming back for more. So anyway, I will be here next Wednesday to give y'all another full review and, of course, my opinion. Like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And until next time, y'all,